The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Oh, happy Tuesday to you. My name is Uncle Ron Chuckett, and normally around this time we would be going live on Twitch, but with the tropical storm making her way, or his way, I think it's a her, up the eastern seaboard, most of the Twitch servers that I use are randomly picked are within the path of the storm, and we are in the process of getting 2 to 4 inches of rain here in Burlington, Vermont. And so instead of trying to make sure that the power stayed on and that everything could be held, I just felt it was easier today just to go and do this on tape, upload it to YouTube, and you could watch at your leisure, hopefully when you have power. And we expect to have you join us live Wednesday afternoon at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network for some baseball. So this is our taped game or primetime game of the week. And so here we go. Today we're going to be featuring the battle for second place in the divisions. In the National League anyway, the Pittsburgh Pirates are trying to claw themselves back in the race against the Philadelphia Phillies, but they got to beat Mike Lacoste and the Cincinnati Reds this afternoon. The Reds are 72-59. The Pirates are 72-57. So from Cincinnati on a beautiful August 29th evening, it's time for some baseball, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978. Today, a tape special, a Tropical Storm special. It is the Cincinnati Reds, second place in the National League West, versus the Pittsburgh Pirates, second place in the National League East. And as always, today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulations and replay needs. Find us today at DigitalDice.com. And so Mike Lacoste will take his warm-up pitches. He is making his 9th start of the year. He's going to have 6 left. He came to Cincinnati on July 13th. I can't remember off the top of my head whether that was from another team or out of their minor league. Oh, it's 22, so it came up from their minor league system. He is 1-3 with an ERA of 3.83. He has started 1 game against the Pirates. I'm assuming that was in Pittsburgh. 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, a walk and a strikeout, and no decision. But his last start came on the 25th against the Cubs. 5 1/3 innings in a loss, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 3. So in 49 1/3 innings, Lacoste has allowed 48 hits, 21 runs, all earned, including 2 home runs. Control is an issue. He has walked 29 and struck out 17. A fastball pitcher. He does favor the ground ball when he does put it in the strike zone, and that fastball tops out at 87. In real life, he walked 46 and struck out 31. The lineup he will face: Frank Tavares at short will lead it off. Omar Moreno in center field will bat second. Dave Parker, the Cobra, in right, hitting .351, will go third. Willie Stargell cleans up at first. Ed Ott behind the plate will bat fifth. Lots and lots and lots of lefties to face the righty Lacoste. Bill Robinson is at third. He'll bat sixth. John Milner in left will go seventh. Phil Gardner at second will bat eighth. And Bert Blyleven on the mound should go about 130 pitches. Will bat ninth. Defensively for Cincinnati, George Foster a 5 and a 5 in left. Cesar Geronimo a 9 and a 5 in center. And Ken Griffey is 7 and an 8 in right. Good lineup for the Reds in this one. Pete Rose is a 4 at third. Dave Concepcion is a 9 at short. Joe Morgan a 9 at second. Dan Dreesen an 8 at first. And Johnny Bench a 9 and an 8 behind the plate. Rose and Dreesen play for the bunt. Lacoste has a 7 range and did not make an error. And this one is underway. Tavares slaps that one up the middle for a single. and the Pirates are in business to start the ball game. Here's Omar Moreno at 272, 5 triples, 5 homers, and 37 RBI. The pitch to Moreno. He drops one down. Lacoste will pick it up, and the throw to first is not in time. So the Pirates playing some small ball. They've got great speed on the bases. 2 on and nobody out for Dave Parker, who on this August 29th has hit 100 RBI on the year. 351, 32 homers, and 100 driven in. Pitch from Lacoste is a liner up the middle. That's a base hit. Tavares will round third and try and score. Geronimo throws to the plate. Bench with a tag. No, it got away. It got away from Johnny Bench. Tavares will score. Moreno moves to third, and Parker goes to second on the bat throw. So both runners score. Tavares and Moreno score. Parker moves up to second, and before you can sit down and grab your chips, it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. And that brings up Stargell at 291, 16 homers, and 54 RBI. Lacoste steals. There's a slow roller to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself, and there's finally an out. So Parker moves to third for Ed Ott at 287, 5 triples, 4 homers, and 34 RBI. By the way, Parker does get 2 RBI on the hit, the single in the air, so he now has 102 on the year. Hot ground ball to Morgan. Parker will score. They take the shore out at first, and there's 2 away. So 3-0 Pittsburgh, and Dodger fans rejoice. Here's Bill Robinson, 256, 5 homers, and 64 RBI. Remember, live baseball returns Wednesday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, on twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network. Pitch to Robinson is a fly ball to right. Griffey goes back in the corner, but will make the catch to retire the side. The Pirates strike for 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. And we go to the bottom of the first. Pittsburgh 3, the Reds coming up. And so Bert Lylevin will make start number 28. He'll have 6 left. He is 12-11. And his ERA is almost a full run higher than in real life, a 381 in the replay and a 303 on the real season in 78. Against the Reds, this is his 4th start, 24 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 21. A 1-1 mark with a 3.38 ERA. His last game was against Atlanta on the 24th, a loss, 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. So overall, 203 in the 3rd innings, 187 hits, 18 home runs allowed. He only allowed 17 on the real year. 91 runs, 86 earned. He has walked 39 and struck out 155. Fastball tops out at 90. And he does not favor the fly ball or the ground ball. Here's how the Reds will line up. Pete Rose leads off at third. Joe Morgan will bat second and play second. Ken Griffey is in right field. He'll hit third. George Foster cleans up in left. Dan Dreesen at first will bat fifth. Johnny Bench hitting .340 behind the plate will go sixth. Dave Concepcion batting seventh at short. Cesar Geronimo, who we haven't seen for a while in a Reds game, is in center batting eighth. And Mike Lacoste, who threw 17 pitches in the first, will bat ninth. Defensively for the Pirates, they're not great defensively. John Milner, a 6 and a 1 arm, so there's your ramen noodle for the day. Omar Moreno, a 7 range and a 6 arm, and Dave Parker, a perfect 10 and 10. Bill Robinson is at third. He's a 4. Frank Tavares is 6 at short. Phil Garner a 5 at second. Willie Stargell a 6 at first. And Ed Ott a 5 and I believe a 6 behind the plate. Blyleven an 8 on the mound with a .981 fielding percentage. Rose at .309, 2 homers and 35 RBI. Pitch from Blyleven is a little ground ball to second. Garner throws it over to Stargell, and there's one away. The computer is going slow today, and I'm not sure why. Here is Morgan. Joe at .230, 10 homers and 45 RBI. 3-0 Pirates, bottom of the first inning here. Battle of second-place teams in the National League. Pitch to Morgan. There's a liner to third. Robinson is there. And there's 2 out for Mr. Griffey. Kenny at .262, 6 homers, 6 triples, and 57 RBI. Blyleven from the line. There's a base hit right side. Parker will pick it up. Stargell should have made that play. He did not. And there's 2 out for Foster. At .271, 28 homers, and he is driven in 99. Runner holds. Foster strikes out. He got him on an 0-2 fastball in there at the knees for strike 3. And so the Reds get no runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the second in Cincinnati. Pittsburgh 3, the Reds nothing. So it'll be Milner, Garner, and Blyleven to face Lacoste here in the second. Milner at .253, 4 homers and 33 RBI. And Milner pops this one up. Morgan. That's a rainmaker, 1 out. Weather, by the way, 86 degrees, clear skies, and barely a breath of wind blowing out to right at 3. Beautiful night for baseball. If the Bengals were here, they'd be sweating. Here's Garner. Phil at .257, 4 homers and 38 RBI. Pitch to Garner. There's a ground ball to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself. Chuck Tanner won't be happy because Garner stopped running. 2 out. For Blyleven at .091. He is 6 for 66. That's either the Devilish or WNBC called. He has no homers and 2 RBI. There's going to be nobody under the age of 50 who got that in any way, shape, or form. Pitch to Blyleven. Got him! Lacoste got him on a 1-2 fastball in the outside corner. So the Pirates go down in order in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. After an inning and a half, it's 3-0 Pirates. So Dreesen, who can bunt, that's interesting, hitting .254, 14 homers, and 66 runs batted in. Bench and Concepcion to follow here. And if anybody should reach, Cesar Geronimo. Pitch to Dreesen. Popped up left side. Robinson. A rainmaker, 1 out. Ott's arm, by the way, is a 3, so the Reds should take full liberty to run. Here's Johnny Bench. Johnny having a whale of a year, hitting .340, 24 homers, and 75 RBI. Pitch. Got him. He got him to swing and miss on an 0-2 fastball, and that's 2 for Burt. And that'll bring up Concepcion at .284, 4 homers, and 55 RBI. Dave has an 8-game hitting streak going. Pitch. Ground ball to third. Robinson. Long throw across the way. Concepcion. Got him. By an eyelash. So, Side is retired since he goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, it's still 3-0 Pittsburgh. So here are the standings. The Reds have won 3 straight and have crawled back to within 3 games of first place of the Dodgers, who've lost 2. But remember, they're 38-24 at home and 37-32 on the road. And the Dodgers' magic number is 29. The best of all the teams in baseball. The Pirates trail the Phillies by 3.5. Phillies' magic number is 31. Philadelphia beat San Diego last night. And Pittsburgh is 3.5 back. In the American League, Texas by 1 over the Royals in the West. Minnesota by 3. And California has fallen to double 66. If you're playing APA, that's a great number. And in the East, Baltimore by a half game over New York and Milwaukee. The Yankees have 2 games in hand and have won 2 straight. So pennant fever everywhere. Here's Tavares. Frank singled his first time up and scored a run. Lacoste threw 9 batters, 2 innings, 3 hits, 30 pitches, and a strikeout. And there's a ground ball to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself. 1 away for Moreno. Omar singled his first time up and scored. Infield playing for the bunt. Moreno slaps that one back to Lacoste, throws it to Dreesen, and there's 2 away. Reds would like to get 6 or 7 out of Mike. And Blyleven is just kind of out there as long as he can. Here's Parker. His 2-run single in the first, well, it really was going to be a run, and then the error by Geronimo on the throw allowed Moreno to score, and so Parker now is 102 RBI, now hitting 353. Pitch to Dave is a line drive to right that's going to go all the way down in the corner. Parker was in there with a double. So that's the 4th hit. And that'll bring up Stargell, who's 0 for 1. You don't want to give up those hits with 2 out for sure. Pitch to Willie is a pop-up right side. Dreesen reaching over by the Reds dugout, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So the Parker double is moot. No runs, a hit, no errors. The Pirates strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's still 3-0 Pittsburgh. So Geronimo, Lacoste, and Rose to face Blyleven here in the 3rd. Caesar at 235, 5 homers, and 32 RBI. Pitch from Burt, popped up, Ott. Behind the plate, takes off the mask, 1 out. So here's Lacoste, 1 for 17 on the replay, but that 1 hit was an RBI double. He has struck out 8 times and is hitting .059. Or what a jumbo payday would have cost in 1985. Pitch to Lacoste, struck him out. Blyleven got him on a full count. Changeup, I think he was looking fastball, and that was 2. There's 2 out. So through 9 batters, Blyleven, 2 2/3 innings, 27 pitches, 1 hit, and 3 strikeouts. Rose is 0 for 1. Pete into shallow center. Moreno rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati 2. So Ott, Robinson, and Milner to face Lacoste in the 4th. Ballpark for lefties is playing big. -6 on the batting average and -1% for the homers. But with that wind blowing out to right, that makes no sense, but whatever. It's playing a plus to righties. +8 on the batting average and a +19 on the home run percentage. Ott, sac fly, I believe. A fielder's choice, rather. You wouldn't have that bat, Ronnie, if it was a sac fly. Tomorrow on Uncle Ron Learns Baseball. Anyway, so he drove in his 35th in the 1st. Pitch from Lacoste. There's a base hit right center field. Ott turns the corner. He'll hold at first, and the Pirates have a single. Brings up Robinson. Bill is 0 for 1. Lacoste from the stretch. Ground ball. Lacoste to Morgan for a 1. Over to Dreesen. Can they turn it? Do they call it 2? Yes, they do. 2 out. So 1, 4, 3 on the double play. That should not be your locker combination, by the way. Just saying it. John Milner's 0 for 1. Pitch from Lacoste is a ground ball to short. Concepcion throws over to Dreesen, and the Pirates are retired. No runs, a hit, erased on the double play. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati nothing. So Morgan, Griffey, and Foster. Joe 0 for 1. Pitch from Blyleven. There's a liner to right. Parker is there. 1 out. Want to give a special shout out to Kurt Berglund. You dog, you. Kurt, I believe, got married. At least that's what Facebook told me anyway. So, if you did, congratulations. If you're just finding this out now, congratulations. And hopefully the two of you will be very happy together. One of the most darling people, Mr. Berglund, I've met through the internet. So here's Griffey. Ken is singled. He's 1 for 1. Foster and Dreesen to follow. By the way, do you get the jar of Smucker's Jam for that? Or do you got to be married 75? Remember when Paul Harvey would do that? Pitch to Griffey. Struck him out. Griffey on a 1-2 fastball on the outside corner, and that's 4 for Blyleven. So here's Foster. He struck out his first time up. You're old enough to remember Paul Harvey. You know, if someone was married 75 years, congratulations to Beulah and Paul Foster of Okeechobee, Florida, celebrating 75 years of wedded bliss today. Paul Harvey, good day. Anyway, here's the pitch to Foster. Here's a fly ball, left center field. Moreno will track that one down and make a diving catch on the turf. Oh, I thought he was going to get that, but it tailed away from him at the last moment to retire the side. How about that? I'd show it to you, but all it's going to say is a web gem. He'll take the boo-boo on his knees for that. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 5th. It's Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati nothing. So Phil Garner is 0 for 1. Blyleven and Tavares to follow. Pitch to Garner. Lacoste deals, ground ball to third. Rose across the way, 1 out. So that'll bring up Blyleven, who struck out his first time up. The lone strikeout victim from Lacoste. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They've left 1 on. The Reds, no runs, a hit and an error, and they've left a runner on. Pitch to Blyleven. Ground ball to Dreesen, who makes the stop. Picks it up, takes it to the bag himself. 2 out. So Dreesen had to reach down and get that scolder off the turf. And skedaddle to the bag. Here's Tavares, 1 for 2. He singled and scored. That came in the first. Lacoste threw 18 batters, 51 pitches. 4 2/3 innings. 5 hits and a strikeout. And there's a ground ball to Rose over to Dreesen. And that will retire the side. Since we're doing this on YouTube and not on Twitch, you don't get a commercial today. But we will tell you how the Pirates got their 3 runs. Dave Parker, single, and an error by Geronimo made it 2-0, and then Ed Ott with the fielder's choice to make it 3-0. Bert Blyleven's thrown a 1-hitter through 4. And Lacoste has pitched okay. 5 hits through 5, 3 runs all earned. So Dreesen, Bench, and Concepcion to face Blyleven in the 5th. Danny's 0 for 1. Blyleven rocks and deals. Ball 4. And that's the first walk delivered. Here's Johnny Bench. He struck out his first time up. Pitch, throw to first, and Dreesen's back. Okay, I'll steal. Now they'll work on Bench. Dreesen goes to second. The throw to Garner in time. So a 68% chance. And Ott, bad arm and all, threw him out. So a 1-0 count to Bench and 1 out. Pitch to Johnny is a fly ball to left. Back goes Milner in the corner, 2 out. They are a limited love of this game right now in Los Angeles, of course. Obviously, they want the Reds to drop half a game in the standings, but they don't want Pittsburgh to gain on Philadelphia. Remember, the Pirates beat the Dodgers all 12 times in the regular season. Concepcion's 0 for 1. In the right field, Parker is there, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 6th. It's still 3-0 Pittsburgh. So Moreno, Parker, and Stargell here in the 6th. If you're wondering how these two teams have fared against each other, oh, they did play last night. I didn't even look. Cincinnati beat them 3-0. Norman got the win. Bear got the save. Candelaria took the loss. So Cincinnati will win this season series. They only played 2 more times, including this one. So 1 more after this game. And the Reds lead the season series 7-3. That's what I get for rushing, I suppose. Here's Moreno. He singled and scored. He's in the first. He's 1 for 2. They play back. Moreno chops this one to Concepcion on the turf in front of the bag. Over to first. 1 out. 1 out for Dave Parker. Parker 2 for 2. He has singled, doubled, scored, and drove in 2 in the first. And there's a fly ball left center field. Geronimo makes the catch at the base of the track, 2 out. So that'll bring up Stargell. 0 for 2. If you're watching this Tuesday, the 4th of August, we should, if we don't get flooded out, which isn't going to happen, 2 live streams tomorrow. Baseball for you at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And then, if it's released, the virtual unboxing of Action PC Hockey 2020. So that's tomorrow for you. Live on Twitch TV/Retro Sports Network. Pitch to Stargell is a line drive to Dreesen. And that will retire the side. Pirates go down in order again. Lacoste has acquitted himself quite well. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Geronimo, Lacoste, and Rose to face Blyleven. Caesar, 0 for 1. And there's a line drive to Garner, 1 out. Garner didn't even have to move. Just get the glove up. Brings up Lacoste, who's 0 for 1. He struck out. Blyleven from the line. Struck him out. A full count fastball, and Lacoste swung at it and missed. So 2 out. And Rose to the plate. Rose 0 for 2. Blyleven threw 18 batters. 5 2/3 innings, 64 pitches. A hit, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Pitch to Rose. Slow ground ball. Tavares over to first. And Rose is retired. So the Reds again go down in order. We go to the 7th. Fast-moving ball game here. Still 3-0 Pittsburgh. Ott, 1 for 2. With an RBI. Ed's got a single. That's what happens when you don't have the chat. It's kind of like real baseball this year. No fans. Pitch to Ott. Here's a fly ball to right. Griffey in the corner. He'll make the catch, 1 away. It was high and deep, but the wind now blowing left to right at 6. But that was never leaving the yard. Here's Robinson. Robinson is 0 for 2. Bell is grounded into a double play. Lacoste fires. Struck him out. There. Robinson didn't like that. That was an 0-2. Robinson turns to Lorenzo, and Lorenzo says, "Don't you do that." Robinson says, "You're pulling for the Reds." And Lorenzo says, "I'll find you on even, blow you out of the sky. Now get back into the dugout." Here's Milner. John is 0 for 2. Pitch. And there's a base hit up the middle. So Milner's on with a single. 6 hit for the Pirates. 3 runs, 6 hits, and a runner stranded so far. No errors. For the Reds, no runs, a hit, and an error. And they've let the runner on. Here's Garner. Phil is 0 for 2. Lacoste steals. Struck him out. He got a swing and miss on a 1-2. Stretch time, 3-0 Pirates. All right. So it'll be Morgan, Griffey, and Foster to face Blyleven, who is cruising like it's a Friday night in the Old Town. Morgan is 0 for 2. And the pitch is popped up. Ott behind the plate takes off the mask. 1 out. Brings up Griffey. And the lone hit in the ball game for Cincinnati so far. He singled and struck out. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Here's a ground ball to Garner. He throws it over to first. 2 out. So Blyleven looking for win number 13, and he's lowered his ERA from 3.81 to 3.69. Here's Foster. George 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he goes down again by way of the K. A fastball on the outside corner, and the Reds are getting bagelled. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th. It's still the Pirates 3, the Reds nothing. So here's Blyleven. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Lacoste, as I said, has pitched well. And there's a sharp ground ball to Dreesen. Takes it to the bag himself. 1 out. Frank Tavares 1 for 3. Has singled and scored. That came in the first. Dreesen and Rose play for the bunt because why not? And there's a ground ball to Morgan. He edges towards the bag, throws it back over to first, and Tavares is retired. 2 out. Brings up Moreno, who's 1 for 3. Can I give you Lacoste's numbers? Well, through 28 batters, 7 2/3 innings, 6 hits, only 82 pitches, and 3 strikeouts. Sadly for him, all 3 runs are earned. He has acquitted himself quite well in this ballgame. Moreno slaps that one for a hit in the center field. Concepcion got a late jump and couldn't get there. So the 7th hit for the Pirates. And here's Parker. Dave is 2 for 3. Single, double, drove in 2 and scored a run. Throw to first. Moreno back. Here's the pitch to Parker. There's a line drive to center. Geronimo is there, and that will retire the side. So the Pirates have only left 3 runners on through 8. No runs, a hit this time around, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the inning. It's still 3-0 Buccos. So Dreesen, Bench, and Concepcion. Dreesen drew the lone walk. So Blyleven, through 7 innings, has allowed a scant 2 base runners. And it's still 2 as Dreesen looked at strike 3. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's 7 for Blyleven. Season high for Bird is 9. He did it 10 days ago against the Astros. Here's Johnny Bench. Johnny's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. From the line. Struck him out. So we got a good morning and a good afternoon. Blyleven got him with something just a tad off speed on the inside corner. That's 8. And that'll bring up Concepcion, who's 0 for 2. Kicks and fires. Slow roller to third. Robinson across the way. Stargell stays on the bag, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th. It's still Pittsburgh 3, Cincinnati nothing. So Stargell, helps if I look at the right side. Stargell, Ott, and Robinson. Lacasse, I'm not sure you were expecting a complete game out of Mike Lacasse, but he's probably going to give it to you. Stargell's 0 for 3. And there's a line drive base hit up the middle. First hit for Willie Morgan with a late jump. And it'll bring up Ott. Ed is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Lacasse from the stretch. Ground ball up the middle, a base hit. Stargell will hold. What was it I said about? Yeah, just don't jinx things, Ron. So it brings up Bill Robinson, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Nobody out. Stargell on second. Ott on first. 3-0 Pittsburgh, top of the 9th. Burt Blyleven, a one-hitter through 8. And there's a high fly ball, center field. Geronimo races back, makes the catch. Stargell goes to third. The throw is cut, 1 out. And they'll set up... Oops. The double play for Milner, who's 1 for 3. So Stargell on third. Ott on first. Infield playing back. Bench and Lacasse exchange a few words. Lacasse deals. Slow roller to Morgan. A try for 2. Concepcion steps on the bag, throws to first. And did they get Milner? Yes, they did. How about that? So Morgan had the wherewithal to step on the bag and fling it home. And that will retire the side. No runs, a couple hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It is 3-0 Pittsburgh. So Geronimo, who's 0 for 2, pitcher spot, and Rose to face Blyleven, who is throwing an absolute gem of a ball game. Pitch to Geronimo, struck him out. That's 9. So 1-2, fastball swung on and missed. Who can hit a righty? Junior Kennedy gets the call, hitting .312, 2 triples and 17 RBI. Lacasse, 1 bad inning. He threw 8 scoreless, but he threw 9 innings. Pitch to Kennedy. There's a ground ball base hit left side. Milner will pick it up, and that's only the 2nd hit for the Reds in the ball game. So Blyleven threw 27 batters, 99 pitches, 8 1/3 innings, 2 hits. He has walked 1 and struck out a season-high 9. Rose is 0 for 3. Base hit left center field. And so Kennedy moves to third, and just like that for Morgan, the tying run is at the plate. And so now it's nervous time if you're Chuck Tanner. How long do you leave Blyleven in for? You know you have one of the best pens in the ball game. It's a game you gotta win. Pitch to Morgan into right field. Kennedy should score. Parker comes in. Kennedy tags. They'll send him. The throw goes in the infield, and they'll trade the run for the out. So 3-1 Pittsburgh. Rose will hold at first. And here's Ken Griffey, the tying run at the plate. He has singled and struck out. Amongst other things, he's 1 for 3. So the Reds trying to claw one back here in the bottom of the ninth. Blyleven. Base hit left field. Rose will hold at second. Griffey on first, and now with 2 out, Foster is the winning run. He is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and is now fanned a whopping 140 times. Blyleven taking his time. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left field. Milner makes the catch, and that's the ball game. So Blyleven looks to the sky, does a couple of Hail Marys, and Pittsburgh has won this ball game 3-1. So Bert Blyleven throws a 4-hitter. He goes to 13-11, 9 innings. He just gives up the 1 run. That came in the 9th. He walked 1 and struck out 9 and did it on 108 pitches. Mike Lacoste, 9 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs, and 3 strikeouts. So 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Pirates. 1 run, 4 hits, and an error for the Reds. And so let's play the rest of this rainy day special. Just 2 days left of August, so we'll be into September this week. All right, rest of the day in baseball for you this 29th day of August, 1978, or this 4th day of August, 2020. We start in Atlanta. Rick Russell beats the Braves 13-3. The Cubs get a big one. Russell 15-10. Rowan Office hits 2 homers. He has 11 on the year. He had 3 hits in the ball game. Solomon takes the loss there for Atlanta. He goes to 3-2. Mariners beat the Red Sox 10-6. McLaughlin goes to 5-4. Dick Drago goes to 1-2. And Dan Meyer, not Fred, not the grocery store, 2 for 4. His 8th of the year. Oakland pounds out 16 hits in 10 innings, and they beat Baltimore 5-3. Lacey goes to 8-11. Tippy Martinez falls to 2-2. And Mark Belanger 1 for 2, a double and 2 walks. I failed to mention the Red Sox made 4 errors in that ball game. It can't get any worse for Boston, can it? As they fall to 64-66. Bad. Minnesota beats Detroit 15-5. Dave Goltz 11-9. Milt Wilcox falls to 10-9. Disco Dan Ford 3 for 5 was 14th homer of the year. Rick Wise throws a 3-hitter and strikes out 5. Cleveland 6, Milwaukee nothing. Wise goes to 11-10. Andy Shure, whatever his name is, falls to 9-6, and Bernie Carbo goes 4 for 4. The Yankees behind Jim Beatty beat California 9-3. Beatty goes to 4-8. Chris Knapp falls to 13-9. Joe Rudy 2 for 4, his 20th of the year. He drove in 2 in the loss. John Matlack shuts out the Blue Jays 6-0. Matlack goes to 17-5. Baylor Moore goes to 8-10. Toby Harrah 2 for 5, his 10th of the year. Kenny Forsch goes the route as the Astros shut down the Cardinals 2-1. Forsch goes to 2-2. Vukovich goes to 6-10. Wayne Garrett 4 for 4 with a stolen base. Kansas City beats the White Sox 2-1. McGilvery gets his first win with Kansas City 1-2. Mike Prawley 3-4, and Mike Squires, the last left-handed catcher in baseball, or at least he was for a long time, 2 for 2 with a double. Padres beat the Phillies 2-1, so Pittsburgh gains a game. Raleigh Fingers goes to 6-4. Tug McGraw didn't believe enough. He goes to 5-2. And Jerry Martin 3-4 with 2 doubles. The Giants beat the Mets 7-4. John Curtis goes to 4-1. Houseman falls to 1-5. Bill Madlock smashes his 18th of the year. He went 3-4 with 2 RBI. And last but not least, Montreal 6, the Dodgers 1. So Hal Dews goes to 6-8. Tommy John falls to 9-12. And Gary Carter 2-5. His 17th homer. He drove in 4. So the Dodgers don't lose any ground and all that because the Reds lost. The Pirates do gain some ground. They're now 2.5 back. And show. And so, as we show you what's on tap for tomorrow, we'll have the Phillies and the Padres for you live on twitch.tv/Retrosports Network at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. You'll see that game Thursday on YouTube. So we leave you here the standings. Philadelphia 2.5 over Pittsburgh. Los Angeles by 3 over Cincinnati. The Yankees have climbed into first place. They're 75-54, and they go to Baltimore. How about that? Milwaukee now 1 back, and Texas by a game over Kansas City. Minnesota is now 3 back, and California has kind of choked the bit. They fall to 7.5 out of first place. So, hope you enjoyed Rain Delay Theater. I'm Ron Juckett. Live streaming returns tomorrow on twitch.tv/Retro Sports Network. Until then, stay dry, be safe, and we'll talk to you the next time.